Delicious Podcast. The Brutally Delicious Podcast. The Brutally Delicious Podcast. The Brutally Delicious Podcast.
What's up, everybody? This is Dark Mesa with Brutally Delicious, coming into the review of Diamond Alice's brand new self-titled debut album. Okay, so this band just came out, so obviously I haven't heard of them before. And this is the kind of 80s rock that I wish never died. You can imagine yourself in, the Roxy or the Whiskey or just any strip club hearing this stuff. It is sexy, it is 80s rock / metal, and I'm here for it. I am reminded of some bands like Reckless Love or maybe Hardcore Superstar, some bands that did that whole retro 80s rock vibe in a particularly heavy way. Different than like The Darkness. I Believe in a Thing Called Love definitely sounds like an 80s song, but this one sounds more like pumped up Kicks or Bon Jovi than it does like whatever The Darkness sounds like. So basically heavy guitar-based throwback to 80s stuff. You'd think this was derivative, but it's an era that I wish never died, so that didn't occur to me. Now let's talk about some tracks. Get Kissed by the Twist. Here is the 80s rock that I wanted. It's not quite as cheesy as something like Bon Jovi, but it has a very similar aesthetic, more guitar to it. Like I said, maybe like Reckless Love or something. It's clearly a throwback, but we need more of that sexiness. I feel like a lot of American metal nowadays is just too angry and like wearing camo pants or cargo shorts. Electric Junkie. This has a bit more grit than that Bon Jovi style I was talking about. It sounds like Badlands recorded an early Rat song, and that's appropriate because Jakey Lee was in both of them. By the way, hope he's doing well. And then somehow the end of the chorus sounds like Wasp. This is the best hair metal orgy since that scene in The Dirt. We Ignite the Night. This is a good poppier one. It sounds like it would have been an 80s solo artist rather than a band, in that it's a much poppier chorus than something like Rat or Wasp is putting out, but it still gets you going. I'm thinking like if Bryan Adams were a little uglier and thus weren't happy all the time. So of note with this album's production, and I think especially with this song, is that the vocals are uber processed. It's the one part that's dragging you away from this being a new recording by an 80s band or something. It makes me wonder what an obscurest vinyl hair metal track would sound like. Maybe something like this. Last but not least, High in the Sky. It's a very energetic chorus, one that I think deserves a good music video. And what I think is really cool about this song is it doesn't come off as a simple verse, chorus kind of thing. The song just flows very well, but it doesn't seem like it was predefined with a chart. The best comparison style-wise is probably Dokken, except imagine if they were doing like their own weird hair metal film score. I don't mean the song that's in that Nightmare on Elm Street film. I'm talking like they're not putting a chart together, they're just trying to play stuff that's appropriate for a walk down the Sunset Strip. Okay, so I wasn't even alive in the 80s, but this made me feel like I just relived it a bit. It's a really curious case with those vocals. That really stood out to me. There's some fun guitar playing and the production's great, but everything else sounded like if Rat recorded an album right now. Though, let's be abundantly clear. If Vince Neil had auto-tune in 1981, he would have used it and it would have made him sound better too. So yeah, maybe it's just the authentic 80s attitude with the benefit of modern production. I like that. Thanks, dudes. Rock on.